Hello YouTube, Scylez here. I'm doing something a little different that I haven't really ever done before. This is the first of hopefully many devlogs that I'm going to be updating here on the channel. Um, so I got around to thinking maybe I should do this because I have two games in the works right now. One being the game you're seeing right here, Nocveil, and the other being my visual novel, Chasing Tail. So they're both in the works, and they're getting closer to completion. And I thought, why not give a little update on each of them? Or, every time I release or put out a major release, I'll make a little update video and post it here on the channel. And then anybody who's interested can watch and, find out a little bit more information. Um, and it'll be a good way to just keep all the updates nice and neat and organized. I don't really have a script. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head here and, you know, saying whatever comes to mind. So I'm just gonna kind of take it and run with it, I guess. Um, so first things first, I'll just jump right into it. Since I haven't made one of these videos before, I'll introduce this game. This is Nocveil. It's like a little third-person adventure game. Very simple. You just go around, beat each of these levels, and try and release a caged brethren that's somewhere trapped within the world. So there's 10 total cages to find and unlock, and you have to do like little, very simple puzzles, very simple platforms to find and reach them. It's a pretty small game because I'm just one person working on it. This one's been in development for quite a while, a few years at least. And this is actually the first big game that I started working on that I thought would actually be worth playing. And then this was taking so long to work on, and I was, I didn't know quite. It wasn't fun when I was like 2 years into working on it. The game was not fun for me to play, and I couldn't tell if it was because the game just wasn't fun, or if because I've played it so much I just didn't know what was fun and what wasn't anymore. Like I can't see the forest for the trees sort of situation. So I decided to take a break, and that's when I started creating the visual. Originally, that was going to be a very small project. Like I was thinking maybe I'll take 3 months and make this visual novel, and it very quickly blew up. So it's gone from a small visual novel with a few characters to interact with to a full-fledged story where I have people helping me out writing it and doing art for it, and I'll be releasing a demo for it shortly. A new demo. There is a demo out already, but I'll be releasing a new demo. But anyway, that game kind of took off and it bloated into something much bigger than I expected. Not that that's a bad thing. I think the game will be great when it's finished, but it's just taking so much work that uh, it's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. So this game kind of got put on hold for longer than I wanted to. But now I just have two games in development at once, basically. So when I came back to Nocveil, the year break was good, but too it was fantastic because as soon as I stepped into this world and started playing it, I realized a bunch of things that were wrong with it, and that were probably attributing it to it being less fun. First of all, was the third-person controller. Just being able to control your character and run around the world was broken. It didn't work very well, and it was not very fun. You would get stuck on rocks and walls, and you had almost no control of your character when they were in the air. Once they jumped, they kept their momentum, and it'd make the platforming sections really hard. The biggest problem was probably, yeah, the collision. If you walked up to a wall and were running against it, you couldn't jump, and also if you jumped towards a wall, you would just get stuck, like latched on the wall, like Spider-Man. That doesn't happen anymore, and it would happen on even surfaces that were, you know, not completely vertical, like just slants and things like that. So that was a big major issue. The next major issue was just the the way you interacted with a few things in the world. There was a crafting system in this game, a very overly complicated crafting system that did not need to be there. There's only a few items that you craft with the crafting system, and that was there. the few items that you would craft with the crafting system, it just didn't need to be that complex. So instead of crafting, I have those breakable like blocks, those barrels and plants and things that you can break in the world, and then items will pop out of those, and those are what you use to craft. You used to craft like items that would give you more health and items that would give you mana. Now it's just, drops. Like in Zelda, you cut down some bushes, you get a health drop or a potion drop or some rupees. It's just like that. And I think it's a lot more fun. Um, it cut out a lot of the unnecessary work in this game, and it simplified things a lot. And I have found that when things are simpler in this game, it's a lot more fun. So that was the second thing. I had an entire section of the main menu dedicated to crafting. Here, I'll get these stats off the page. Yeah, this section here was the crafting section of the menu. Now it's just been changed to your inventory, which is still viewable in the top left, so it's kind of redundant. But I figure I'll keep it for now. I might just change this to a 3 square, like a 3-sided menu. But we'll see. That's why that whole section is there. It's kind of done. Oh yeah, the third-person controller. Stairs. Stairs were another big issue. Like these stairs here, you could not walk up and down them this smooth. Your character would kind of slide down, and if you walked up them, kill that thing, you would get stuck. So now you can actually walk up and down stairs, no trouble at all, back and forth. It doesn't matter. It's fantastic. And the last thing that I changed that was kind of a big change is the way you interact with objects in the world. Before, you'd have to walk up to something, and it would give you a prompt to press like a button, like press B to open the cage, or press B to walk through this door. Now, instead of doing that, you can just walk right up to something, and it will work. Unless it's something that needs activation, like you gotta hit a lever or something, you need to kick it. Like I walk up to this door, and it just works. It'll take me out of the door. Same with like these pads here that kind of teleport you away. You used to have to walk onto them and press a button. Now you can just use them. Easy peasy. That makes the game a lot more fun. So I'll be releasing this version of the game up on my website, itch.io, and stuff like that. The next thing to do in this game that I'll be working on is optimization. I had my stats up here earlier, but this game is in need of some optimization. And before I add anything else to the game, I think I need to get it running smoothly on lower end devices, not just my PC. So this level is actually I'm actually really happy with what happened here. I used to be getting like almost 2,000 batches in this area, and getting it down to like 400 or 500, sometimes 6 in the heavier areas. That's a fantastic bit of progress for me. I'll still be working on lowering that further. I know the water shader I have contributes quite a bit to performance, and it's there's more improvements can be made, and that's what I'll be working on next. And then also like just some little details like sound effects and some polishing things here and there I need to add to the game. And after I do that, I think I'll be ready to take another look at maybe finishing up some of the content in this game. So it's coming along. I say right now it's actually in a state where I'm happy to say that it's playable. So it's not done by any stretch of the imagination, but the release that I had up before was pretty treacherous. It was rough. It was not very fun to play. This version, it's pretty nice. It's pretty, it works. I can say that it works. So that's more than what I could say for the last version when it was a broken mess. So I guess that's it for this little video. I don't know how long this went. I guess I'll see when I edit it if I do anything to it. But I'll put links to where you can download the game if you're interested. I'll probably link from the game to this little devlog just so people can see what the update is. And then in the future, when I make more updates, I'll update them with another video and show off what's new, what's been changed, and what's been improved. If anybody has any comments or if anybody plays the game and they have anything that they want to say, anything that they think would improve it, Feel free to email me. Feel free to comment. Just let me know. Opinions are always great. Constructive criticism is always welcome, and I will always take any feedback I can get to try and improve my work. So that's it. Thank you very much. This has been Scylez, and I'll talk to you later.